How to set up canned responses with auto reply in Gmail. Okay, now there are a lot of good reasons for why you want to do this, especially when you're working with your students. For instance, I like for my students sometimes to send me assignments, and I want for them to know that the assignment was received. And that's what I did is I set up a auto response with a canned response, or auto reply with a canned response. So how did I do that? The first thing you have to do is go into settings, and settings is up here. You can't see it, but click settings and go into the labs, and you have to turn on the canned responses feature. So I just want to scroll down through all of these different labs. These are a lot of cool things that Gmail can do that you are not aware of until you turn them on. So they're almost beta, so that's why they hide them. But anyway, here's canned responses. So I want to click the enable button and then scroll to the bottom and click save changes. You can add some of these other features as well if you like. They're very helpful. Okay, so once I get back to my inbox, I now have canned responses enabled and I need to create one. So I'm going to click compose mail. If you have any signature that pops up like that one, you want to delete that, and then you want to type in your response that you want to send out automatically. So I have one there all set up. And then before you do anything else, you want to click right here that says canned responses under the subject box and tell it to save this as a new canned response. Okay, now you have to give it a subject title, and that'll be the title of the canned response. I'm going to call this assignment number 1 completed. Okay, so I'm going to say OK, and now when I click in here again, I will see that I now have the option to insert assignment number 1 completed. Now when I come in and I say I want to change something, add some text to this, I just click on save it. So then I'm resaving it, and if I want to delete it, I can delete it. Okay, so now I have my canned response set up, and I can go ahead and discard this now. And the next step is to add the filter. So go back up into settings and then click on filters, and I'm going to create a new filter. So I don't really know who all the students are yet at this point, so I don't have their email addresses. But what I can do is make sure that in the subject field that the students type in this heading. And if they do it correctly, then everything will work great. So I type in what I want students to type in for their subject, and I click next. And then, this should look familiar, I have it skip the inbox, and then I want it to send a canned response, and then the canned response is the one that I set up earlier. Okay, and then I click create filter, and now whenever a student sends an email to me with that subject header, they will get that auto response sent to them. Isn't that cool?